They're all insane. Who else can we throw onto that team?
Mm. Well, okay, so we got Shaco Jungle. Let's put together, if you can do some movement. Probably Jarvan. No, maybe. I like Jarvan in the jungle, but you said Shaco in the jungle.
Yeah, we're just looking for strictly crazy people in the League of Legends to make
Crazy?
a team.
Okay,
Yeah.
crazy. Hmm. Okay, who you said Jinx? So let's go with like Volibear or Zyra as support.
But they don't really have crazy personalities.
What? Volibear is a bear.
I mean, yeah, but no.
He's a bear, but he fights people. Okay, fine.
Mundo top. Mundo's pretty crazy.
Yeah, Mundo
If
has
you
some
guys,
issues.
speaking of Mundo, if you guys haven't tried it, one for all, 5-man Mundo. It is probably the most fun I have ever had in a match of League of Legends ever. 5-man Mundo. Cleavers all day, unkillable, hilarious.
It is pretty funny. I had a lot of fun that game.
Yeah.
So, just to be clear, this is... Yeah, it is TKG. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure because it has Venu in it.
V Ujin. It's TK Gaming versus Yeti Bot.
Right. Just wanted to make sure. Do.
So let's talk about these picks real quick. Man, Yeti Bot has an extremely sweet composition. They've got a lot of wave clear, and they've got a lot of dive potential coming out from Olaf and Shyvana. What do you think?
Well, the trick that I think is going to pull all this together is the Shyvana Fiddlesticks. Being able to drag people around a little bit, and then Undertow, and then Fiddlesticks, and just Ziggs throwing his ulti out there. That's just so much. As opposed to the top lane, it's all very pick oriented. So if they could pick some people out, then that's great. But the team composition, having Nasus there, it kind of calls for having Nasus live with his ultimate, and then having everybody come on and then just choose to kill one of the people. But that means that they're all in the middle, where every person in that team can just AOE and do a lot of damage. So I don't know. I think it's going to be tough. They're really going to have to pay attention to how they're playing.
Definitely. I'm pretty excited to see the new Soraka in action, though. I've seen it a couple times. Soraka is very strong. Her changes leave her with a little more damage output, so her laning is pretty solid. Even though she doesn't have any hard CC, she can lane a lot of damage with her Star Call and Infuse now. And because supports get more money revenue generation, she can pump out those heals late game. So if they make it to late game, Soraka can be a very scary support.
Yes. Yes, that is true. I haven't actually thought about Soraka and the new changes. That really can be very damaging because of those changes. Wow, I didn't think about that.
No problem. And what's even scarier is if you have a full on tank like Nasus and Vi with Soraka behind them, she's just bolstering them up even more with her blessing, because that's going to give them more armor to take, defend off with, and it's crazy. I'm pretty pumped up to see how this match goes for either team.
For sure. That's definitely going to be unique. It's going to be good. Like to
Yeah,
see this.
you're right, Oompajism. Like, that's a lot of armor for just anyone on the team to have. Although it is a little short-lived, a well-timed Astral Blessing can really turn things around.
Yeah, it's 2
And here we
seconds,
go.
but most team fights don't last. They don't last over that 10-second mark unless it's a lot of split. We have those Yeti bots being pushed in, getting their first blood.
Oh man, Unfortunate first blood for Soraka right there, but that death animation kind of made it worth it because it's very pretty.
Now, excuse me, they know that they're there. Blue side knows, TKG knows that they're there, so they're going to be careful and they're not going to push in. It's not going to allow them to, take them out. However, Yetibot is really pushing in to do some damage. Now, what I think they did is they went in there just to get a few kills, and then they're going to back out and go back to their blue. But they knew that if they rolled in as a 5, a lot of times you see people, the marksman and the support sitting in that little tri-bush. So they wanted to go in there with a 5v2 and try to get some money.
Absolutely. And so, interesting, we have Olaf in the jungle this time, and Shyvana going in that top lane. So we'll be able to see that Shyvana power come to action. And I'm pretty excited to see how Olaf jungle works out with the recent preseason 4 changes.
Olaf jungle is very good. We're gonna have to see what happens here. We already have Fiddlesticks is just already laying down as much fear, and what does he have? Like he took a point into Terrify, so he can put the fear, do auto attack. Lucian can lay down his auto attacks, and that's very easy to do some damage. If you look at what they bought, we have Quinn with her Doran's blade, as opposed to picking up the Relic Shield, which is the first time we've seen that for a while.
Yeah, all of tonight so far we've seen the double Relic Shield go down on the bot lanes, but this Quinn is going to have a battle advantage. But man, they're going in hard. Fiddles drops his fear, Lucian takes him down with that piercing light, and now they're going in for Soraka, but she's going to be able to walk away from that one. And wow, that proven me wrong. That Doran's blade didn't come in handy as much as I thought it'd be. They took down Quinn in just a couple of shots because of that Fiddle fear.
Yeah, the fear is very strong.
And there it is again, just all over the place.
Fear and crows. We're gonna have to watch that happening, and it's either they're gonna have a really early tower, or they're gonna sit there and use it for a lot of abusing farm action on the bot lane. And it looks like Nasus is being hit quite a bit from the Shyvana, doing the Shyvana thing that she does in top lane, and Nasus is gonna have a really hard time farming. We'll have to watch that. We'll keep an eye out.
Yeah, and Shyvana's doing a great job showing that early aggression, preventing Nasus from building up that Q. Right now, it looks like that he only has 18 stacks total from the Q. So she's doing a pretty good job, doing her best to deny that, and that's very important early game, because if she can establish her dominance early game against Nasus, that's really going to let her command the rest of the game.
Yes, and a lot of times this has been happening a lot. Very proxy time happening with the Shyvana, because she has so much presence and being able to push all day. Now Vi does come in, gets the slow on her with the red, as well as knocking her up, hits her again, slows her one more time. They're gonna back off. They just put a little bit of damage and showed some presence. They have minions that are attacking them, and that's annoying as it is, and they're afraid of Olaf probably coming up. They don't have too many wards laid down though. Nobody on Yetibot's side decided to get the sweeping lens yet, which we'll see if that does change later on with the Fiddlesticks.
There goes Vi again. She missed her Vault Breaker that time, so she's not going to be able to pick up the kill, but there's Olaf going in hard on Nasus. Nasus forced to burn his ghost, and now they're turning against Vi. Undertow slows Vi down, and Shyvana lands a little bit of damage, and another Undertow to see the Vi off. Very good counter game by Olaf right there.
Lucian is just piercing light and auto-attacking on Quinn.
Yeah, as much sustain as they have in bot lane for TK games, they're having a hard time testing this Fiddle fear. Just take a look at that. And in top lane, they dive underneath the tower and pick up the kill on Vi.
And Olaf's going to go ahead and take some of these minions away. A little bit of farm tax as Shyvana goes back. Quinn on the bot lane. Quinn goes in and does a silence on top of the Fiddlesticks. However, looks like Lucian going to take too many tower hits, gets taken out. Soraka is going to go ahead and B, while Quinn is going to try as hard as she can to go up on Fiddlesticks, but not enough distance is covered.
And there's that astral blessing coming into play. The armor really let Soraka live there, and she was able to heal herself up underneath that tower, and Lucian just ended up getting choked by Quinn and that tower in combo.
Both Zed in mid lane, both Zed and Ziggs are really low, and they're kind of waiting here. Looks like Vi wants to maybe play on a little bit of a gank or not. We have a... Not enough damage was done. Nope, he's gonna live with one tick. That Ziggs, he got marked, but then knocked him away as soon as he popped up, which was a really smart move. He wasn't able to get another auto attack off, because auto attacks on him with his passive do more damage. It does if he's under a certain amount of percentage, then he does more, or he has the magic damage rather. Look at
Very
that.
true.
6%. That's ridiculous.
Gunbay calling me out, throwing Nayujin underneath the bus. And yes, we're calling him Nayujin from now on. It's a joke, so
but
don't get onto me.
And Umbajism, the problem, he didn't have his Q up because he got knocked up, and after that, I don't think he just did it. He might have died right after that, but he knocked up and he wasn't able to lay down his Q. His Razor Shuriken.
And right now, the kills are in favor for Yeti and they are up about 2k gold. And so, yeah, Zig just picked up his blue buff, so he's going to be able to stay in lane, build up his Tear of the Goddess, and just spam skills all day long. And in bot lane, we got the Drain going off on Quinn, and she's going to take a little bit of damage with that, but Soraka is surely just going to heal that back up for her.
Yeah, and Fiddles decided to get the Sight Stone and change over to that Sweeping Lens, like we were talking about with Leona in that first game. That's gonna be, looks like it's gonna be meta. That's how it's gonna run. They are really putting a lot of pressure on this bottom lane. The top lane has a lot of pressure. The bottom lane has a lot of pressure. We have heals coming in,
damage.
and that is how Quinn is played right there. Damage jump, damage, being able to get the extra Quinn damage from the passive.
Her passive Harrier, just being able to juggle that Harrier is very important for players. You have to let it automatically proc, and then you pop it, and then you use Vault to make it proc again. So doing that double Harrier damage is very awesome. I mean, we just saw the power on it. She chunked Lucian down. Even though she's behind Lucian on damage, she was able to keep up with him there.
Yes. And Zed, while we were hanging out in bot lane, I glanced over to mid real quick because he was getting hurt pretty badly, but Vi came around and helped him out. Plus, he was doing a good job juggling around in shadows from all of the attacks from Ziggs, from all of these pool party awesome Ziggs. I love, if you don't know, the pool party skins are our favorite. We love those. They're so much fun.
Splish Splash was taking the... and there's Vi. She almost got cut out there by Olaf, but fortunately she had Vault Breaker out and just used it to dash over that wall. And now in bot lane, you got a little bit of damage going on. Fear goes down on Soraka, and there goes the Crow just bouncing left and right. And now they're making a play on Dragon right now. Yeti doing it big.
Well, they, to be honest, they know that there's no possible way that TKG could have come up and actually contested that. They had too much, the amount of CC and damage to be able to put on the two bottom, and Zed had to stay back, and the jungle was back trying to live because Olaf just called her out a little bit ago.
Very, very true.
Look at the damage. The damage in the tower from Shyvana is very high. And I think it's actually kind of funny, the skin choices. We have Infernal Nasus versus Ice Drake. It's kind of cool.
The class battle between fire and ice. And there goes Shyvana diving in there, but she doesn't really land anything. I don't know if that was a Mystic or not. She's trying to go hard on Nasus. And now he's just going to farm up with minions. He doesn't really care about Shyvana's presence, but she's going to, in turn, land a hit on that tower and walk away. And check out bot lane. We got Vi getting into position. She wants to bust the move on Lucian and Fiddlesticks here.
There is a ward there, so Yetibot knows that she's there. So they're going to stay back from getting, attacked from the Assault and Battery.
And no, Yetibot doing a very good job of keeping those lanes that bot lane warded. Check it out. Fiddlesticks has a vision ward in that back rush, so that's gonna allow Olaf to come in there, and he's just gonna wait patiently. He's gonna want to bust his own move right now.
He can't do Assault and Battery, but he can do Ragnarok and Undertow.
Ragnarok Undertow. And there goes top tower for Shyvana. That's going to bring up the gold lead in favor of Yetibot to about 4K now.
Yeah, Yetibots. See, Olaf is. I like this on Olaf. These the boots of mobility. They're my favorite boots on Olaf because I love watching him like run around like a madman. Vault Breaker goes in, Assault and Battery on Lucian. Flashes out. Quinn wasn't able to jump on him, decided to jump on Fiddlesticks instead. Olaf is going to come in from the side, Undertow in. The cooling goes down on him, and we got some Crow Storm action going on. Misses everybody because they're able to get out.
Ooh, and Olaf turns on his Ragnarok. He's going for the tower. Lucian picks up the kill on Quinn, and there goes the kill to Fiddlesticks on Vi. And now Soraka's just going to get burned down by that surprise ignite. Oh no, and I'm wrong. She ends up living, and Olaf really wants to get that last turn off. He's getting closer, and Soraka flash heal for the save, and she's going to be able to make it out of that one live.
Under 20 health, folks. Ooh. That's low. Lucian is still staying here because Zed is right around the corner. That's going to be 1v3 with low health. Zed might be able to ult on somebody if they're not careful. They're gonna decide to back out, which is fairly smart in my opinion because he can just pop people down.
And
Shyvana.
that skirmish bottom really let Purple take the lead there. They picked up another tower, so with that mid tower gone, that's just going to enable them to do a little more roaming, give them a little more map control. And, oh man! Lucian got caught out by Quinn right there, and Quinn bursted him down for another kill.
This is some awesome action going on here. I really like this. And then they gave the blue to Senor Ziggs one more time. It's going to be good stuff. Now, we have Nasus pushing up here because Shyvana's been down in bot lane for so long. Nasus been able to farm his Q and get all up on the tower. And he's at 114 now on his bonus.
Instead of smacking that tower, he decided to leave it alone. And now that Shyvana's up here, he's not going to be able to do much. And Shyvana ults into that creep wave just to clear it out. Interesting move right there, but that was enough to scare Nasus off.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I think it's very smart because she's able to clear faster. The problem that she was having is she left too long so that he can get all up on his tower, but then she decides to ult in. She knows she can stay in Ice Drake form until the rage is gone, which, lasts a really long time. And then the fire that comes from it, really pushes out those minions. Ziggs.
Very true.
Ziggs is doing a lot of damage to Zed. Even though Zed doesn't have any AP, he still is a really strong champion, so...
No 5 AP on Zed today. Well... and with the preseason changes, we never 5 AP from Zed. That's pretty disheartening.
Yeah. I'm sad about that, too.
But going back to Shyvana, being able to use her ult freely is very cool because look, her ult's already back up. She's already been able to build up 100 Fury, so she's ready to ult again at any time. Bot lane, we got a little bit of action going down there. Ragnarok comes down from Olaf. They do get the kill on Quinn, and here's Vi trying to stop Olaf, but he's going to pick up the kill on Soraka. And that's another double kill for Yetibot on the bot lane.
Yeah. Now, what's kind of cool is while that was happening, we have Nasus that was dueling against Shyvana, and Nasus was doing so well, Shyvana she had to leave by ulting over the wall here where the new Wraith is, just to get away because she would have died. So Nasus is doing a really good job, even though he's behind and his tower is down, he's doing a good job being able to duel Shyvana, which is very scary.
Yeah, that's the power of Nasus. He starts off very, very weak early game, but as the game goes on and on, it's just, he grows and grows and grows up into that point where he just becomes critical mass Nasus, where he's just running through people and using his siphon strike to destroy things.
this siphoning strike is it's rude in my opinion. But Purple's gonna go ahead, Yeti bot. They're gonna pick up this dragon again. This is the second dragon that they're able to get without any contest, and that's just gonna secure their their gold lead here. Check this gold out.
And there's the Fiddle Flash Fear onto Soraka, and RP is a picking kill on Cuddle Me Panda. Oh, unfortunate. Just Soraka getting dominated by those fears from Fiddlesticks right there.
Fear is dominating, especially when, you know, the whole entire lane has to have the heal, and that's where you fear and fight, and the fear is so long.
Extremely long, and this can be very bad news for King Gaming because check it out, Art Thief on Fiddlesticks went ahead and picked up that Magi, and man, in top lane we got a kill on Nasus right there from Olaf and Shyvana, just doing a good job of ganging up on him.
Yep, Fiddles did get the Magi's. Magi's, he has 2 stacks now, but if he gets to that 20 mark from all the assists he's going to get, if there is assists for him, he just gets more and more AP, and that's damaging. Yeah, that's true. I mean, we are 17 minutes in, and they only have 100. It's probably because I'm talking about the Twitch guys. Dean, it is kind of low. It's just been like battle central. Fiddles goes down to Zed, and Zed is going to try to get out. Flashes out, gets Astral Blessed from. Excuse me, that wasn't Astral Blessed. That was a wish. That was a wish to Zed to keep him alive. Quinn by herself right now, but you got some members come in. Assault and Battery goes down on Ziggs. Quinn's going to go in, flashes out for Ziggs. Ults in, does not take out Vi, but very, very close. Lucian comes in and just does a single auto attack onto Vi to take her out. Barrier keeps him alive. Get away from the Nasus.
Oh, and he is gonna have to just let them get away from that. Oh man,
gotta be afraid of the Cerberus.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't want to mess with the 3-headed Nasus either. But Olaf and Ziggs and even Lucian making it out of that fight with very low health. You know, that was a very brave call by Fiddlesticks. I don't know if you saw it or not, but he ulted between those 2 towers right on the base stairs, the stairs leading up to Blue base. He ulted just right there. He was taking tower shots left and right, but that ended up working out for them in the long run.
Yeah, and so now what has to happen, because there's already almost a 10k gold lane at this point, we're going to need to see them do what their team is good for. We're going to have to see the TKG pulling off a couple picks. They're going to have to find somebody out. That means they're going to have to ward a little bit more, just like now. They just saw her out, and they're going to have to pick them out. Assault and Batteries, nope. Ziggs is here, but can Ziggs help out? Yes, she can. Olaf is here too. This might be very, very bad for TKG now that they were chasing Shyvana. Go on Olaf, they turn. Shyvana stays in. Nasus goes in because he can do tons of damage.
Oh, but he's
gonna get down.
Drops so fast.
That was good. They needed to. Wow, they can call it out, but she's gonna get out of there. Yeah, the problem was they chased a little bit too far. If they had wards to know that there was going to be the entire team there going to be able to converge on them that quickly, then they probably wouldn't have done that. So they need to push out as many. Look at how many ward totems you guys can place. There's 3 that are not on cooldown. Place them down.
Exactly. That's the great thing about ward totems. You have to be proactive with them to keep up your warding constantly. And you know, there were 3 wards in that northern jungle on blue side, but somehow they just didn't see the rest of Yedbot's team converging on them right there.
Yeah, I like mashed potatoes. So let's see. We're gonna have to watch this. That we have Fiddlesticks just waiting and doing his evil thing of behind the trees action. We have wards in the short bush, and then we have wards in the long bush. This is Fiddlesticks just placing wards everywhere, doing his wardy business.
Absolutely, both teams are doing a pretty good job warding.
On lane, Fiddlesticks jumps in. Goes in, Lucian for the culling. does not take anybody out, but Zed is going to get drained, and then Lucian's going to do his piercing light attack. Bot lane's going to get pushed in just a little bit for a little bit of damage, and then backed out.
Lucian just looking very strong. All of these matches has had the Lucian in them, and he's just doing a great job performing. 6-2 on Lucian right now.
Yes, Lucian has been getting a lot of play from a lot of teams, and now with the changes, having support help out a little bit more, Lucian is even stronger, especially with that gold change with the runics, or excuse me, the relic shields. So helpful. And he's decided to pick up the static shiv on Lucian, which I think is a really good idea. I like the crit, the IE with the static shiv. That's one of my favorite styles to build with him.
Yeah, and so the great thing, I'm glad that you brought that up. The great thing about static shiv on Lucian is that it gives him even more pushing power. He's already got piercing light to help him clear waves, and ardent blaze do a great wave clear on Lucian. But that static shiv gives him even more pushing power, which allows him to pressure turrets, and he can use the culling to chase people off of the turrets, and allows his team to just lay in a lot of turret damage.
Dragon number 3 going down to Yetibot.
Yep. Look how fast that went down. Just Lucian turned around and used the culling on the dragon just to melt it.
You might as well. I mean, that's what it's used for. It's best way to be used. Oh no, I got Zed getting picked out. He goes down with a fear. We have an ult going down on Fiddlesticks, tries to get away. He flashes out. Then he switches to where his ult was, but Shyvana was right there. Dragon form coming in. Ice Drake just pushing damage onto this poor Soraka. She's going to go up. Try to get out of here. Let's see. Does she have a flash up? She does. She might be able to. Nope. She gets hit and slowed. Just so much CC. That death animation is gorgeous.
And we've seen it 4 times this round.
Yes.
Soraka just getting caught out, unfortunately. I mean, I know that what she was trying to do, but unfortunately just getting caught out and dying. Not really helping the cause right now. The gold difference is about 14k at this point.
We have Shyvana doing a little bit of laughing in Nasus's face. And then we have Olaf coming in, taking a whole bunch of turret aggro, but not worrying about it, taking 5 or 6 hits. Quinn was doing some damage, but took the barrier up to help him out.
Ooh, there goes Nasus. Turn into that 3-headed dog, but that's going to be for naught, because right now they're not even trying to do anything with the ult. He's just trying to scare them off, but Yetibot is going to go ahead and pick up that tower, and that's going to be 6 towers the game. The tower lead is 6-0, and they're going to continue putting pressure on this mid lane tower against TK Gaming.
And then what's going to happen here? Now, if what we can do is get a really well-played, thought-out team fight on this. We have a Crowstorm coming in with a fear onto the Lucian tries to go in with a culling to try to help out, but she is not going to go down. Zed's going to go down by Lucian. The fear goes down on Soraka. Soraka's going to go down. Fiddlestick goes down to Zed. And so does Shyvana from Vi. Nasus is the only one up, but he gets taken down by Lucian. This right here might not be a good game, but it's most likely going to be an inhibitor, because there's 3 on this inhibitor. Poor little Quinn cannot take on all 3 of these folks.
Yep, Quinn's just kind of chilling in the back because she knows she's no match. So that's going to be the first inhibitor of the game down to Yetibot. A very, very crazy initiation right there by Fiddlesticks, but that ended up working out. And, you know, this Fiddlesticks has just been making plays left and right. Check it out. This is the money that supports are getting now. He's got a needlessly large rod.
Dean calling me out. You made a good point. I did not know that, actually. The culling only goes to minions, not monsters, so that way he can't go jungle crazy. But that's really good. Thank you, Dean.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Dean. And even though the culling doesn't do that additional damage to monsters, it still does a fair amount of damage over those. What, that's 3 seconds of damage. Right now he does 1,341 damage to culling. And look, he just burned. I don't know if you were just watching Lucian, but he tried taking that red. He took that red buff away from Shyvana and ended up burning Flash in the jungle.
Nice. wasn't watching him. I was actually watching top, or top lane. So Nass is getting really wrecked right now. Throws down his ultimate, his Fury of the Sands, but then he still gets taken out by Lucian. And Shyvana's just going to really push on this Zed. He's going to turn around, throw down the Death Mark all over Lucian, but she gets pushed around. Death Mark going to kill him? No, but Ignite will. Ignite takes him down, and there's still going to be 3 pushing in. Olaf is way back trying to help out, but this inhibitor's down, so they have the availability to push in and